Something happened this weekend that honestly feels like one of those turning points we'll be talking about for a long time. Not just because of what went down on the track, but because of what it might mean moving forward this season. And the crazy part is, it's not just one storyline. There are actually two major stories coming out of this race, and they're connected in a way that just adds even more intensity. One is about a split-second choice that completely shifted a driver's season, and the other is about how people across the NASCAR world are reacting to it. And let's just say, a lot of folks are not holding back. This is exactly the kind of moment that shows how quickly things can unravel in NASCAR, and how emotions can either fuel your success or completely wreck your momentum. So yeah, we need to break this down. But before we do, if you're a real NASCAR fan who enjoys deep dives like this, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. We're just getting started here on NASCAR Racing Breakdown, trying to reach 100 subscribers, and we're keeping it real with how fans actually talk about this sport. All right, let's get into it, because once you really look at everything that happened, it gets even wilder. This all took place at Martinsville, and right at the center of it are Bubba Wallace and Carson Hocevar. Late in the race, with about 15 laps to go, tensions were already rising. Earlier on a restart, Hocevar made a bold and honestly risky move, going 3 wide into turn 1. And if you know Martinsville, you already know that's a dangerous gamble. That's where Denny Hamlin stepped in with his take on his podcast Actions Detrimental, and he pretty much said what a lot of fans were thinking. He explained that while Hocevar's move wasn't technically illegal, it was definitely on the dirty side. At Martinsville, especially on restarts, everyone has to slow up heading into turn 1. Drivers deeper in the pack are braking even earlier than usual. Hocevar tried to take advantage of that by diving low and forcing it 3 wide, and Bubba Wallace clearly didn't appreciate it. So in that moment, Bubba makes a decision, and this is where everything flips. Instead of letting it go and thinking long-term, he decides to respond right away. He goes into Hocevar, but it doesn't just move him out of the groove, it escalates fast. Suddenly, it turns into a big wreck. Bubba takes himself out, collects multiple cars, and just like that, his race is done. He ends up finishing 36th, and in one instant, a driver who came into Martinsville sitting 3rd in the standings drops all the way down to 11th, 8 spots gone. After the race, Bubba Wallace said he didn't mean for it to go that far, and that he misjudged the middle of the corner. But if you watched it, it didn't exactly look like just a simple mistake. That's why insiders reacted the way they did. Jeff Gluck and Jordan Bianchi from The Athletic were genuinely stunned by the move. Gluck even said it was one of the most confusing decisions we've seen all season. And think about that for a second. Bubba Wallace was having one of the strongest runs of his career, sitting comfortably in 3rd in the standings and putting himself in real championship contention. Instead of settling for a solid finish and valuable points, he chose retaliation. Jordan Bianchi also pointed out the emotional side of it. Frustration clearly played a role. When someone takes advantage of you on a restart, it's easy to get heated, and in NASCAR, that can be costly. Because in this point system, every position matters. Every single point counts. Now, Bubba Wallace finds himself tied at 206 points with drivers like Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, and Chris Buescher. So yes, he's still in the fight, but instead of controlling his position near the top, he's now stuck in a tight battle just trying to climb back up. And that's the part that really hits. You can understand why he was upset. You can even understand wanting to send a message. But was it worth it? Throwing away a potential top 15 finish? Wrecking your own car and losing 8 spots in the standings? That's where it starts to hurt. Looking ahead, the next race just became massive for Bubba Wallace. Now it's not only about speed, it's about discipline. It's about proving this was a one-time mistake and not something that lingers, because if there's one thing NASCAR punishes, it's letting emotion take control behind the wheel. And right now, that's exactly what cost him. This moment could go 2 ways. It could light a fire under him, or it could slowly derail what was shaping up to be one of his best seasons yet. We're about to find out. Now, I want to hear your thoughts. Did Bubba Wallace make the right move going for payback on Carson Hocevar, or should he have just taken the points and moved on? Drop your opinion in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe if you enjoy real, honest NASCAR talk like this. And honestly, my take is simple. I understand why Bubba was upset, I really do. What Hocevar did was aggressive, and at Martinsville, that kind of move is always going to upset people. But this is where experience has to take over. You're third in points, you're having a career year. That's not the moment to prove something, it's the moment to think about the bigger picture. Because in modern NASCAR, championships aren't just about speed, they're about consistency and control. And in that moment, emotion won, and it cost him. That said, this isn't the end for him. He's still right there in the standings, still tied with some of the best drivers in the field. One strong race, and he's right back in it. Now it becomes a real test. How does he respond? Does he come back smarter, calmer, and more focused? Or does this moment start to snowball? That's what I'll be watching in the next race. Because this is where we learn what kind of season this is going to be for Bubba Wallace. The pressure is building. Every race matters more. Every decision carries weight. Mentally, this is where drivers either lock in or start slipping. If Bubba comes back composed and races smart, this could just be a small bump in the road, something people forget in a few weeks. But if frustration carries over, that's when small mistakes turn into big problems fast. And the competition isn't slowing down. Drivers like Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, and Chris Buescher are right there ready to capitalize on any mistake. That's how tight this championship fight is. Moments like Martinsville don't just disappear, they can define your season if you let them. So for me, the next race isn't just another race, it's a statement. It's Bubba Wallace showing whether he can reset, refocus, and prove he belongs in that championship conversation. Because the speed is there, the potential is there. Now it's about keeping everything under control when it matters most. And that's what separates good drivers from true championship contenders. We're still a new channel pushing towards 100 subscribers, and we're just getting started. And trust me, this season is far from over.